Hello, apa kabar semuanya? Welcome back to the lesson 5, basic pattern for data analysis, in which that we are going to talk about social media trend, in particular Twitter and a little bit of media and big data step by step. Okay? And as I've told you, if you haven't watched the intro to analytics video in which that I made an introduction of this step-by-step tutorial, feel free to click on the link below. So I'll put it on the video description for you to see what's the intro to analytics is about and how what kind of techniques that we are going to use in order to learn in this tutorial. Okay, so just a slight introductions about what we are going to do. Okay, let me toggle header and toggle toolbar. Okay, so we have a more nicer and bigger view. So what we are going to talk about is that we are going to talk about predicting the US presidential election with Twitter tweets. Okay, and the background is that we had US presidential election which was just concluded last November or December, and we are going to use this in order to see maybe we can predict a little bit of insights of who is going to win the presidential elections. Of course, now we have the hindsight that Trump won the presidential election. However, regardless of who won, these techniques that we're going to learn will still be useful for you, especially if you're working in social media and you're working in marketing. For example, you want to see what's the general sentiment of your marketing campaigns for your company, or maybe you want to find out your competitors, how your competitors are valued within the media, what kind of topics that they talk about. So is Samsung and Apple going to win in the future? How open are netizens to the wall that Trump's going to build? Are people going to run to China to rely on business opportunities? So all of these kind of questions we can find out from Twitter, and hopefully we can see the general sentiments which might be influential to what the political candidates is going through. Okay, but for now, let's focus on the presidential elections, and then you can apply these techniques with the other things. Okay, but before moving on to the whole step-by-step tutorials, I would like to mention first that I've mentioned it in the intro to analytics, but I'm going to mention it again that for this sake of tutorial, we're not going to use historical data in 2016 November because there is administration cost. So there is a limitation that I can only stream up to, if I'm not wrong, 2 weeks. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but it should be around there. So for this data, I just use whatever that I stream on that day. So I have like 3 days so far that I stream. I'm going to show you what it is, but regardless, the techniques you can still use outside, and maybe if you buy the data, then definitely there are more things that you can do. So I put a link here that is called GNIP. So GNIP has the database for these social medias and all these tweeters. Okay, but if you still want to find out about the real Twitter analysis of the presidential election, feel free to click in on this link. So I find this very useful, and this one is of my inspiration why I want to make this tutorial. So feel free, and there are some like Python codings also, and this is based on the real data that was analyzed during the presidential election itself, and it's quite accurate. Okay, all right, so moving on, what we are going to learn is that we are going to use Tweepy. Forgive me for the misdirection here, is TWEEPY. Okay, and we're going to set up Twitter developers. We are going to create these connections, do a little bit of it, and we're going to explore the presidential elections, sentiment analysis, topic analysis challenges. And the next lesson, we are going to talk about operation management. So if you are not interested in the social media at all, feel free to just skip this video, and I'll release the optimization models in next few weeks. Okay, all right. So with that, I would like to come to an end to these introductions. Next stop is that we are going to start setting up Twitter developer accounts, and hopefully this will be a wonderful journey for you guys. Okay, thank you. See you later. Goodbye. Sampai jumpa and sampai ketemu lagi. Bye bye.